A toast to the bigger picture. We sip fruition from our chalice, we shine hard. My aura, aurora borealis on my own too. Sold to the street, I got great balance. So any shot is well contested, young Tony Allen. Grisly circumstances, I came from a bare minimum. Them dark nights, I still remember them. This feel like '07. White forces, Levi's, tall polo. The city sun was off Broadway, getting it dolo. Now it's Robin Tunney with the craft, light as a feather with the vocals. Retrospect in 2020, I see the mistakes in slow-mo. So you can catch me in the lab watching film, getting ignorant off my pivot. I live it above the rim. I'm so unlike them. Reach longer than movie credits, never overextend. They just marveled by my appeal, they always watch to the end. I'm the captain now, the wave being commandeered. I whip the words with my thoughts, I ain't even gotta steer. You in the presence of greatness, Holy Spirit in my every gesture. A ruler, if you will, preside over every measure. This not music, it's influence, and you not above it. You not choosing, just moving, push come to shove it. Ain't no referees on the concrete, it's rough here. Niggas shooting for them fouls, no problem calling bluffs here. Had to shift perspective, making plays from the sidelines. The letters on my clipboard redefining the paradigm. It's my time, nigga. In peace. This is your boy Trip Fontaine, here with Underdog Academy and On the Couch Music. You are now in tune to House Call. This episode, we are featuring Underdog Academy's own Matthew Vaughn. But before we get into y'all's feature, we're going to open up with a quick cypher featuring the guys at Underdog Academy.
Poetry is dead, said the man after tonight with no head. The audacity and the thoughts that led to the words that he said. See, we had to load up the tool and get his food shots. That's all led. There must have been an error. We must have misread, had to correct his remark and lead his food between the lines. That's all read. I mean, how he gonna come at our life like that? Bullshit, doo-doo, monkey scat, fuck you mean. So we had to hit him with that beam. Our words ain't turd, so why he trying to flush him? Hit us with that hammer, he know he can't touch him. You wanna play dumb? Well, duck these goose. We'll have his mama crying, don't hurt my baby. When Underdog get loosey, we didn't chase him, but had him running in a circle, reached out, knocked him down. Did we do that? Urkel, see, poetry ain't dead. How could that be? Him saying that was like him saying that there was no we. So yes, he deserved to die, and we hope he burns in hell. Fire bars of truth to make his brain soil over, saturated with the words that's gonna be said. One aim when we speak, that's leave them all dead.
I'm from the land of the day. Ton of dark things, though. Loads of black culture and cannabis, and it's a lot of trash. Somebody asked for better waste management, damaged goods, and analysts trying to figure out what happened to the produce of this environment. I've ironed out so many of the encouragements that were balled up and lost from the people who defied the old church, who sold everything notes of the New Testament. The test is meant to teach a lesson. You say you get it, you never listen. You like sitting in this perpetuating cycle to keep you stressed, and nevertheless, you respectively decline my advice and proceed to go money chasing. Is aggravating to watch you jump to your death over and over again, bend over and get fucked again, luck up and think your whole life changing. But it's the same cycle because you can't manage your blessings. It never ends up effective for your situation. But boy, if I could have tasted it, I would have faced it, spaced it out for magnum protection like the latex, deep breath, full chest. That's life, the pure type. One with nature, sea, cool breeze, boat on calm seas, tiger by my side, life of pod, desensitized to the lows. I'm high, 3.14 R2, or at least that's just the area of the peace sign I'm in. In time, I'll fill out the vibe and decide if I should even let you pass the perimeter. God gave me tenure, a teacher of life for the right reasons, for life, for every fortnight of all 4 seasons.
Sweet, jeez. Remember when would never happen to you? Instead, it's tomorrow. Like, damn, you just had goals yesterday. Like, last week you said around this time now would be perfect. Back then, you were ambitious. What happened? That was 364 yesterdays ago, and I remember every promise you've broken in between. It's like your vocabulary is open-ended. Like, every word that comes out of your mouth lacks commitment, too afraid to make the necessary mistakes. You're going to end up running out of time to waste conversations with myself, questioning my mental health. Like, I still think about who I want to be when I grow up. I still reach for dreams in my reflection, eyes as empty as open pockets, trying to convince myself I have enough change to afford them. I still try to afford them. I still try to dream in a society that tells me to die. I still die when it tells me to. I still smile. I still try to smile. I'm very good at the trying. I still make mistakes. And I still post more than I pray.
There was no religion that could salvage my depleted soul from damnation. Nights felt like recovering addicts, relapsing. I can't seem to shake these demons. My daydreams were like torture scenes from Stephen King. But I was the only one who managed to see the credits. See, I was 9. Trying to be a father figure to my sister, at the same time trying to convince my mother that all men aren't dogs. I failed. School was more like a nightmare to my reality, constantly being tortured by my peers for my lack of gear. See, my jeans, it had stains. My shirt had holes. My sneakers barely had soles. I had a hard time looking in the mirror. I didn't like its reflection. We were homeless. My hunger pains lasted for weeks as my mom slowly let herself go as the undertow of her own self-defeating tears created an ocean in which she drowned. She didn't like herself either.
Got a lot of new stuff for you guys, and so I'm gonna be reading a lot of it. I'm gonna kick it off with a story though, about how my lighter-skinned black trainer decided to welcome me to work with conversation, proceeding to tell me how she told a customer that told other employees that discussed how she didn't like black people. And how surprised she was that everyone was upset. She then explains how her and her husband, who was also lighter-skinned and black, weren't black at all. How Toya, Daryl, and Nasha, in her words, were loud, ghetto, and too damn dark to like. Me being uncomfortable and closer to their complexions. My sister, who was also an employee, being darker. Her knowing all of this, and I try to seek understanding. Try not to become rodent-like to managers, the only Caucasians in the building, them thriving off of salaries pay, my trainer and I starving off $8.85, my trainer with 3 black children to feed, her confused and dangerous thoughts jeopardizing everything. And I know you're wondering what else I did or said. And the answer is nothing. The answer is this poem, written at the conclusion of her shift. The answer is usually not empathetic. The answer is William being lynched for firing black woman for discriminating black people, or black woman being lynched by black people for wanting the life of William. And I ask, would you have allowed her deeply rooted and confused comments to bury her career? Would you let her hang herself? Man, look at this sweet bitch. I gotta get up in that mind of hers, spread like tumor, no need for birth control. She be as barren as my soul. Let me make you fall in love. Make you fall, make you a fool in love, false feeling a fool of love. Let me make you stronger. You know I lift this ego higher than yours. You learn how to push up, I always push you down. You could never be a queen when you love these jumping jacks, but we can always work everything out in the mirror. Tell you your muscle just fat, your mind just dead weight. Don't take your daily dose of BGM, black girl magic. Witchcraft ain't never been healthy in this gym. Got personal punching bags. Luckily, I brought my own in the body of you. And you hardly move, never leave. Who gon' beat it up good as me? Left, right, no love. Left, no rights, just wrong. You love drunk off these body shots. You hopeful, hugging, praying I stop punching. But you gon' pay for this gym membership. Diamond ring contract, stone cold heart, rock strong hands you thought were hardworking, thought would protect you, thought would spot you in beds. Instead, I'm gripping these dumb bells, thought would help you chase your dreams, only placing you on pipe treadmills, and you can't run anyway. One of me on every block. You gotta stay in shape, stay in place, looking pretty, not proud, no tears. You gotta stay hydrated, high quality H2O. Too much hate to offer in the premium package, delivered from evil, so it wouldn't matter if you find an actual partner. All you'll think is that he trying to train her, fuck you over. Get up in that mind. This is called Mother Took My Tongue. His heart racing and losing. His stomach twisted into silence. Her voice snatching his away before he can claim it. She's an executive decision with a lack of empathy. A misunderstanding maternal structure that only permits speaking when spoken to. I've tried to have these conversations with my mother. Discouraged from ever breathing into self-confidence, from communication complexes to the destruction of every original thought of opposition, she never listened. Until I became quiet enough for my screams to be heard, outside my soul, outside my air stuff stuck throat, now swallow. As heavy a heart, it's a wonder it never Titanic tore through my torso. She never lifted this weight. Too busy dragging her own demons to notice her halo slipping, perfectly cylinder wrapping my neck. She would tell me it was for my own good. Tell me to stay away from thoughts loud enough to speak, to shut out feelings that always broke in, and believe that tough love consisted of not even expressing it. At times I wish to cry. At times I wish to scream, but most times I simply sat and wrote and sat in hope and sat, never standing up for myself, because I had become accustomed to this mistreatment, used to burning from the inside out, so it was no surprise when these flames hit me outside my scorching home. I knew not of the mental toll I continuously paid in whispers, begging for this familiar path to dead end, for middle school bully to not be so motherly, for me to not be so afraid to talk to myself. You look so much like your mama. Bashful the broken mirrors. We all have broken mirrors. And we go our whole lives trying to put this puzzle back together. But does glass listen to quiet well? Do reflections scream back? Do mothers even hear you screaming?
God damn.
That boy good.
How many is that? One or two? One, two? Like two? Okay. Okay. Man, these white girls are evolving. I mean, besides the basic misogynistic duties like cooking, cleaning, and sex periodically, they are really starting to win. Remember Jessica? Lil Booty Becky.
Well, boy, she hits her squats faithfully and her ass done got thicker than the racial tension. I mean, this is what Dr. King died for. Of course she likes black guys. Just the safe kind, you know, the ones that have more maternal disconnection than the clipping of the cord, the ones who just hate the blackness of the summer but just love the snowflakes of the winter, the ones who really think she's their nigga. Just to become deafened when he becomes hers. But I mean, what's the mind to mess up of dropping a couple niggas? It's not like we don't say the word and she hangs around us. She's basically black. Like, when have you met a trifecta tramp that can twerk, dab, hit them folks on beat, beat the stereotypes of blondes and go black, hurt her daddy's feelings to go black? Yo, this is what it's all about. My last relationship, well, it practically ended slavery. I got my reparations in the back of a pickup truck while she screamed Black Lives Matter, but I couldn't give a fuck about the movement because I gave my last one to Sarah. I mean, self-hatred. But I mean, what's the mind to mess up of dropping a couple niggas? It's not like we don't kill ourselves anyway, right? This is America. Undeniably the home of the brave with black folk in it. Land of the free with a death tax for melanin. But maybe your white flesh can camouflage that 2 shades past midnight skin. Keep your enemies close. Maybe my caramel kids could sweeten the cop's heart. Or maybe their teeth are rotten from eating us alive.
God damn.
All right. So I got another story for y'all to close it out. But I'll never forget the first time I took the stage. Like newborn calves, the way I walked, like hydrants, the way I was sweating, like diamonds via the pressure of 500 peers, hair like sheep's wool, skin of bronze, blackened shades. I knew I was the sun or something, but afraid of my own light and the one casted by my high school's auditorium balcony. My eyes focused down, my heart rate going up, my lack of confidence showing like newborn calves stumbling over words, like newborns crying into this new world, like new me, like me knowing what danger feels like before going into it, and still. Some call this courage or cowardly or both after realizing I had nothing to be afraid of. My words received like letters or text messages wishing good luck, or poetry. My poetry, mediocre at best. My peers clapping for me. My breath finally released. And now when I take the stage, I steal the entire show. Feeling just as newborn, but knowing I can get away with armed robbery. Armed with poem, voice, and a bunch of God's skin. Still bronze hair, still wool-like, and eyes shining brighter than the sun or anything. I speak like prayer, words like message, a God-like gift. I breathe. So breathe in peace.